Yo, it's lower body fun time, friends. So let's get this party started. I'm Coach Jelena. You're here with me. Thank you for joining me. Let's get warmed up. We're going for 30 seconds, each of these 4 warm-up moves. First one is hamstring pulls. I'm gonna put 30 seconds on the clock here. You're going to take those elbows back there, flex those shoulder blades. You're gonna flex the heel as well. Take it to the glute. Get nice and pumped right here. Have a little fun with it. If you need to slow it down at all, you can. But if you're able, get that heart rate up little by little. Get yourself ready for some fun. We got a EMOM set up for you today, or OTM, on the minute. EMOM is every minute on the minute. So you're moving on to a Frankenstein. So you're reaching those arms out right at shoulder level, and you're going straight leg, again with the flexed heel. And don't worry about how high you can go. If it's only here with that good form, that's fine. Alrighty, feel that nice stretch down the back of the leg for those Frankensteins. So the EMOM, we're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're gonna try to get these reps in. You can hopefully see 20, 20, 20, 30, 40. So the first 3 we're doing 20 reps of, or shooting for. Now we're doing a squat and twist. So nice center squat here, and then a rotation at that waistline. And if you're taking out that jump, then you can kind of pivot. Also, if you need to watch out for twisting up those knees, then go ahead and keep everything square to forward. Otherwise, you can get a little torso twist in, even if you're stepping through it. All right. So we are gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, and you're gonna shoot for that number of reps. If you have leftover time, you can do our active recovery move, which is jumping jacks. A skip is next, so a little pump of the arms, little knee lift and hop. You can always roll to the toe if you're trying to reduce that impact, or if you're watching out for your feet, just give me that kind of march and pump. While one leg's coming up, opposite arm is right in front of you here, pumping it as well. Alrighty, so the goal of that EMOM workout is to try to really get those reps in, and then get them done as efficiently as best as possible. Good form, of course. Hamstring pulls is next for your warm-up. And you wanna be able to have leftover time as we continue on several rounds. It's gonna take you longer to get those reps in. So you wanna make sure you go for it to the best of your ability, and just with regular fatigue, you'll slow down a little bit. If you find it super easy to maintain your speed, then you maybe want to up your weight or up your intensity. All right, Frankensteins, here we go. Okay, let me start showing you the moves. So if you have one heavy weight or kettlebell, that would be great. If not, then you can go for 2 moderates if that's all you have at home. So the first one, if you have 2 weights, they're gonna be on either side of you, palms facing the thigh, of course, or the hip on the side there. Alternating reverse lunges. So stepping it back, keeping that front knee right over that front ankle. You're moving on to your squat and twist, please, for your warm-up. Nice center squat, and then that twist. So alternating reverse lunges, right leg back to neutral, and then left leg back. We're going for 20 total, or if you want to count 10 on each leg, however you want to count that. Next is a goblet squat. So if you have one weight here, you're going to put your meaty part of your palms underneath that weight. If you have 2, you can press them together, or you can hold on to that kettlebell. Please move on to your A skip, kind of like a skip in place. So for a goblet squat, we're watching those shoulders, nice engagement in the back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, proud chest, and we're gonna sit into that squat as deep as you can, and then stand it up nice and firm. That's your goblet squat. Then we're gonna be shooting for jump squats. So sitting into a squat, catching some air, going right into that next rep as you land. If you're modifying, you can roll to the toes and take out the impact of that jump. All right, hamstring pulls for your warm-up, please, 30 seconds of those. And then if you have one heavy weight, then you can put it on your hips here, or you can stack 2 if you have a good grip and it's not too awkward for you. But what you're gonna do is keep your heels close, so close that your fingertips can touch them. You're gonna press those hips up. Once you're nice and centered, you might need to walk your feet in towards each other. You're gonna lift up one leg and then do that single-legged glute bridge. Notice I'm keeping my knees on the same plane. Please move on to your Frankensteins. So for that one, we're gonna do 15 a side, 30 total. So after you've finished on one side, you're going to set up nice and center and then lift that leg. That way you're not if you feel like you're shifting off balance, then you're gonna reduce that if you start off center. If the weight is too much for you for that move, or the single leg it is for whatever reason, then either remove the weight out of it and or just have both feet down and we'll do a regular glute bridge. Squat and twist, please. Last one to show you is a single-legged side shuffle. So you're going to reach the right leg out to the side, right hand down towards the ground, and then switch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're going for, I think you're gonna get done with 40 pretty quick. So if you're moving a little bit slower with those, then go to 40. If you're ripping it and going super fast with those, I dare you to do a 40 a side. All right, we are warmed up and ready to go here, friends. Let's go ahead and grab a sip of water and set up our timer for that 1 minute EMOM here. All right. Okay, we're going through this setup 5 times. I think you got 5 rounds of that EMOM. All right, before we press the timer here, just double check on us. Okay, here we go. Alternating reverse lunge, either 2 weights on each side here, 1 in each hand, or you can do a goblet hold, or 1 weight is on the one side. Let's go for our first minute. You're shooting for 20 of these total, 10 a leg. Ready, set, and begin. Keeping that front knee right over that front ankle. If you're working on your form on your lunges, then take your time on this one. You might not be able to go as fast as I'm going if you're not used to lunges. If you do have 1 weight, you can have the other arm out for a little counterbalance. After you get to 20, you're switching to those jumping jacks, or you can grab a quick sip of water or stretch, but you want to use the time wisely, challenge yourself well, watch that balance. There we go. Good, 10 a side. Think about bringing that back knee down, and do your best not to take that front knee right over that front toe. Keep it right over that front ankle. All right, after we get to 20, we can do our active recovery move, which is jumping jacks. You can jump it out or tap it out here. I'm gonna give you a 5-second warning so you can set up for the next move. Here we go, 5-second warning. Get yourself set up for those goblet squats, shoulders down and back. Here we go. We're going for 20. There it is. Nice job, friends. Okay, let's make those knees track in the same direction as those toes. Make sure your knees aren't buckling in towards each other. You're squeezing. Make sure you're not also rotating your hips back. You wanna tuck under, squeeze those glutes, squeeze the core, and get that squat in. All right, we got 30 seconds left on this one. Try to get to 20 goblet squats here. If the weight is too much for you, or maybe you don't have the correct amount of weight for yourself, no problem. Take that weight out of it. You can go a little bit faster. Ooh, watch your toes there, watch your toes. You don't want that heavy weight tipping over on those toes. All right, after you get your 20 in, you got time for some jumping jacks. Okay, here we go. Let's set up for the next one. It's jump squats. So gently set that weight down. Here we go. We're going for 20. Sit into it. Jump squat. After we just worked with the weights, we're compiling it here with that nice cardiovascular activity. If you're modifying, you can roll to the toes. So checking out this one here. Roll to those toes. Good. You got this. Try to land and go right into that next squat. You don't want to jump and then stop, have everything kind of startled there. You want to be more gentle to your body. Get 20 in right here, pumping it up. Good. Keep that chest up. Make sure you're not bending forward, hinging at those hips. Big bend in the knees, big bend in those hips. All right, after your 20, you got time. Jumping jacks. Ooh, or take a breather, take a sip of water. You got this. All right, let's come on down to the ground for those glute bridges. Okay, you can do weight on the hips here. Remember, we're starting center. Feet are so close to, heels are so close to the glutes. You can touch them with your fingertips. You're nice and centered. Feet are a little bit closer together. Pick one leg up, but you're keeping your knees next to each other. Go ahead and give me 15 here on one side. If you feel like you're off-centered, go ahead and take the weight out of it. See if you can make it more centered here. And then once you get to 15 on that one side, please come center with both feet down and then lift that leg up. That's gonna help you not be off balance or off center with how you're pressing up, squeezing. Here's our home stretch, 15 seconds or less. I'm gonna give you a 5-second warning again. Here's the 5-second warning coming up. All right, get on up. We got our last move coming in 3, 2. Now we're going for 40 single-legged side shuffles. So that right hand is towards the ground, right leg out, and then switch. You're gonna be pumping it right here. So try not to stand all the way up. If you can help it, touch that ground, or maybe have a weight that you're reaching towards. You can always reach towards your weight here. That's a good marker. Or if you have something, you need something a little bit higher, go ahead and do right there. Get that same on the left, on the right. If you're moving a little bit slower or moderate pace, give me 40 total. If you're ripping through this one super fast, 40 a side. Boom, boom, boom. But if you can go deeper, get it. All right, finish this one strong. We're going for 40. You got this. Less than 10. We're going all the way through because we're almost done with this round. Keep at it, keep at it. If you're not done yet, woo. All right, good. We got a nice long break between rounds. Breathe and catch your breath. We're going for those alternating reverse lunges in 13 seconds. Okay, so grab that weight. If you had just one weight, go ahead and move it to the other side. Set yourself up, shoulders down and back. If you have 2 weights, 1 in each hand. Alternating, left foot steps back, come back to neutral, right foot steps back. If you can't go that speed, set yourself up for the lunge, balance, bring that back knee down, come back up, and then step. Good, step it back, bring it down, bring it back up, and back to neutral. Whatever pace you have the best format and you're feeling strong, or you might feel a little shaky, but you know that you're working well, you're just challenging yourself, that's okay. We got 22 seconds left. Keep rocking, don't let that shoulder sag. All right. Ooh, we're looking good. We got that home stretch coming in right here. 15 seconds or less. Keep that good pump on. If you've already got your 20 in, show me those awesome jumping jacks right here. All right, 5-second warning. Goblet squats are next. Here we go. Ready, and hit it. You could have already gotten into it. You're already starting off towards your 20 count, making sure that you are sitting your hips back, keeping the chest up. Knees are not going forward for those squats. Tuck in, draw that navel to spine, press into the legs, stand up strong. Squeeze the core and glutes. Remember that pull in there. Protect that low back. Nice job. Try not to glue that weight to your chest. Get a little space. Shoulders down and back. Nice solid frame. All right, here's our home stretch again. 15 seconds or less. After you got your 20 goblet squats, you are moving in to those awesome jumping jacks. All right, 5-second warning coming in right here. Prep for your jump squats. Ready? Here we go. We're going for 20 of these as well. 20, 20, 20 for those first 3 moves. Good. Modification, roll to the toes. It's okay if your balance goes forward there. You just wanna make sure that it goes back into those heels when you sit those feet nice and flat and you sit into that squat. Remember, land and focus on going into that next squat. All right, you're about halfway through this one. Let's get all 20 in. Once you're there, jumping jacks. Woo! Good. Try not to necessarily use the whole 60 seconds. You wanna try to pump it and get a good speed in for those 20. All right, if you're done, jumping jacks, jump it out or step it out. We're gonna come on down to the ground for the next one. Come on down, everybody. All right, if you need to without the weight, take the weight off the hips. Otherwise, you got that weight on, you're not arching your back. You're gonna roll under that tailbone. Ribs are down, heels are close. A lift, and then one leg up, but knees are close. If that's too tough for you, then just give me a regular glute bridge with the weight. If you still need to, take the weight out of it and just do glute bridges nice and center here. Otherwise, you're going for 15 leg. So you don't wanna start off like this because you might start off uneven. So go center first and then pick up that leg. Good, because you might have too wide of a stance with your feet and then you're all off kilter going towards that side. So bring it in a little closer, nice and centered, and then one foot up. All right, you got 10 seconds here. So give me a couple more on this side, and we're gonna stand it up. All right, let's come on up. We got that single-legged side shuffle. Let's go. Left foot out and left hand down towards the ground and pump. Going for all 40 right here. Remember, you can do 40 a side or 40 total, whatever gives you the best challenge. Woo-woo. Good, maybe you're somewhere in between. You're gonna do 50 total. Try to make 40 your minimum here. If you're needing to slow it down, that's okay. You're getting a little rotation in that heel. You can go ahead and rotate it a little bit so you feel aligned. I like to have my toes not quite going in the same direction. Woo-hoo. But I do get that little pivot of that back heel. Open it up there. Good work. All right, here we go. This is our final move. So we gotta pump it after you get your 40 in. Go do some jumping jacks with those final few seconds. Almost there. Woo! All right, good. Okay, nice little breather. Almost 30 seconds to rest here. Catch your breath. It's more of a reset kind of rest rather than a laying down or anything like that. Okay, so we're gonna grab our weight and do those reverse lunges, alternating right foot back, left foot back. Here we go. All right, we are on round number 3 here. We got 5 to do total, so that means we're creeping up on that halfway point. There's no finisher today, so just what you've done so far, that's what you're doing. No new things, no tricks. So you can kind of ease your mind here and just focus on what you've already done, what you already know here. Try not to get overconfident to where you're not open to new information, but also don't doubt yourself so much. Build up that confidence. We want that nice sweet spot where you want to know more, but you feel like you can do this. We'll build up to that point. Keep mentally working on being there. That's gonna help excel you. All right, you got 10 seconds left. Woo, right on. After your 20, jumping jacks. All right, let's set up for those goblet squats. Ready? Here we go. Watch those shoulders down and back. Sitting into those squats for 20. Forgive me here, I'm chatting with you, so it's a little tough for me to keep count. So count yourself out, get those 20 in. If you need to, you can just stick with me. That's all right, but you do eventually want to count so you can see how many squats you can do in 60 seconds. Good, watch your form. Don't choose speed over form. Get your form down and then crank up that speed when you're ready. Woohoo! Good work. Heels are down. Don't let them lift at the bottom there. All right, get those 20 squats in. Way to pump, way to pump. Here we go, 11 seconds. Keep breathing. Good, time for jumping jacks. If you have it right here. All right, set that weight down nice and careful, gentle, especially if you're on the second floor or third. Here we go, jump squat time. We're going for 20. You can always roll to the toes if you're watching out for that injury. Remember, as you come down off of that jump or that roll to the toes, sit into that squat. If your hips are a little bit tight, give yourself a little leg swing or a hurdle here to kind of open up those hips just for a couple, and then come on back in. All right, 34 seconds left. You're doing great. Making sure the knees aren't going forward. Sit the hips back. Catch yourself, come on down. Get to a decent depth and come on back up. Spring loaded. After 20, you're doing those jumping jacks. Woo-woo. All right, here's our home stretch. 15 seconds or less. I'm gonna give you that 5-second warning. It's right here. Come on down. It's glute bridge time, friends. Set yourself up. Heels are close. Plant those feet. Tuck up under, protect the back. Feet and knees are a little bit close. And then hips are up. Squeezing the glutes. One leg is up. Now you're going for a 15 on the side. If you feel like you're shifting over to one side, bring that foot back down. Go nice and center. And then go back out again. All right. After 15 on that side, switch it to the other side. Remember to come back center. And then go for it. If this is too hard with the weight, take the weight out. If it's still too hard or it hurts you, then just go center right here. All right, here's our home stretch. 15 seconds or less. Keep that good glute pump on. Remember, try not to start from the bottom there. All right, we're gonna get up in 3, 2, all right. Last one to finish off the round. Let's take the left leg out to the side, left hand down to the ground, or if you wanna start right, that's okay. If you're already there, just go for it. If you can touch the ground each time, great, but remember, you can use your weight as a marker as well. Maybe touch that dumbbell or kettlebell, or your water bottle if it's a little bit higher. If you're having trouble getting low, I'm gonna show you a profile view. You got 35 seconds left right here. So whatever you're touching, and I'm trying to keep a nice flat back, reaching out with those legs, out with that arm, but you gotta put a bend in that leg underneath you. Get 40 in. Are you doing 40 a side? Are you doing 40 total? Whatever it is, it should get you a little bit winded. You can still breathe. You can still talk if someone asks you a question. Keep it up. Might be a short answer. That's all right. Last few seconds. Keep it up. 3, 2, whoo. All right. Sipping that water, and we're going into the next round next. So far, so stellar. We have, I think this is round 4 coming up. Good. Okay, we're looking good. Let's grab that weight. Here we go. Reverse lunges. Set up. If you have just one weight, you have it on one side here. If you notice, I've been alternating which side has that weight. You could always go center here with that goblet squat, or sorry, goblet hold, just like we do for our goblet squat. Right there. Or maybe you have 2 weights, one on each side. Whatever you have, if you're working on your lunges, then you can take weights out of it. Just focus on your lunges. Do it in pieces. Step back, back heel up, bring that back knee down, keeping that front knee over that front ankle, and then come back. All right, you're a little over halfway through here. Watch yourself. Especially if you have a heavier weight, make sure that form is good to go. All right, here's our home stretch. 15 seconds or less. Woo, all right. Big leg muscles here, big leg muscles. All right, setting up for that next exercise. We got goblet squats next. Ready? Here we go. Hopefully you got into some jumping jacks if you had some spare time there. Watch your squats. You want to, instead of rotating your tailbone back, tuck it under, squeeze those glutes. Core is on, you're drawing everything in, and you keep that and then stand up and squeeze those glutes again. That's gonna help you get into position so the ribs are not lifted. Them coming down and you squeezing the core is gonna help you, and you're making sure knees aren't going forward. It's like there's a tiny stool behind you. You go to sit down and then you change your mind. A very low to the ground stool if you can. Good. Watch that hold on that weight. Watch those shoulders down and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. You're doing great. I know I'm giving you a lot of cues, but if you pick up on one each time, then you're gonna stack them, get better and better. Last few seconds here, we're going into jump squats next. All right, here we go. Sitting into that squat, get that air. Nice. Again, if you have a little hip cramp, you can I like to give it a little massage real quick. My roommate says, "Why are you hitting yourself?" It sounds like we're kids, but it's like a little massage. So whatever you find productive there, if you wanna get some leg swings in or a hurdle, especially if it's on one side, you could always bring it back if that feels good, or just go out. Whatever your body needs. If you can keep going, then go for it here. We want good form, good hustle, and your best effort that you can do here. I'm getting all kinds of heated. I don't know if you are. Woo, nice and sweaty here. All right, 20 jump squats. Either rolling to the toes or catching that air. Last few seconds here. All right, go ahead and come on down to the mat here or the ground. Single-legged glute bridge. If you're not using the weight, that's okay. You're gonna be here, feet are somewhat closer, hips are up, and then one leg's going up, and you're going down and up. Don't overarch your back and press your hips too high. You can't go as high with one leg up as you can with both feet down. So, tucking up under, lift, squeeze those glutes, and then knees staying parallel. All right, 15 on one side, 15 on the other, with or without that weight on your hips. If you can, let's get a little weight on there. If you need to be here, that's fine. Nice and centered. All right, here's our home stretch. 15 seconds or less, wherever you're at. If you can do 15 on one side and then 15 on the other, great. If you want to break it into fives, you can. Let's stand it on up. All right, single-legged side shuffle. Move the mic cord there. All right, right hand reaching down towards the ground. Right leg out to the side. And then switch. I do rotate in the leg that's extended. I rotate in the toes a little bit and rotate that heel because that feels comfortable to me. And I feel ready to bring it back in. Nice, one leg stays underneath me at all times here. It's just a quick switch, and then I reach for the ground. I'm keeping that core on to protect my back. All right, you got 20 seconds left. Keep pumping it. Get your 40 in. Woo, extra time. You know what to do. Jumping jack. Good. Watch those toes not turning in. We're gonna go all the way here. 5 more seconds on this one. Keep reaching for it. So close. There we go. Woo. Alrighty. I thought we were doing 5 rounds, folks, but apparently we're doing 4. You were like, 5 rounds? We're gonna run way over 30 minutes. Pardon my misquote, but you were ready to do 5. So if you have time, boom, set your 1-minute timer or rewind back to the start and get 1 more round in. But if you're feeling good to go, you're feeling like you put out a great effort, you want to get your 30 minutes in, and you're here, feel good about that. All right, we made it. We did it together. Okay. Good one, everybody. All right, we're going to breathe it in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're gonna do 2 more of those. Breathe it in and exhale. Another one, in through the nose, big breath, and out through the mouth. Ooh, feels good. Okay, let's stretch out those legs some. We're gonna go a couple minutes over 30 minutes so I can get you a little bit more stretch time in. My hips were a little bit tight today. I don't know about yours. So that all depends on what other activity you've done, or if you have a desk job that kind of tends to kind of lock up your hips or your back. That's very common, especially because we end up at the computers like this or on our phones like this. So we want to try to do things to get moving and get some strengthening and correction in there. We're doing a quad stretch here. So we already did the right hand in the right foot in the right hand. Now we're moved on to the left foot in the left hand. We're keeping the knees close to each other. If you need something for balance, you could hold on to it, but you letting the foot waver and figuring out your balance, even finding a focal spot, focal point with your eyes out in front of you a little bit, really helps. Woo woo. Okay, let's get a flamingo in, or a pigeon officially. Okay, so we're coming on down to the ground, hands under shoulders. We're in a high plank position, and then we're gonna tuck our right leg underneath us, and then bring that back knee down, untuck the toe. If you wanna stay here, you can. I like to slide back a little bit, but that may feel a little tender to you, so you don't have to. I always aim for a good amount of stretch to where I definitely feel it. It's, I'm feeling the lengthening of the muscle in the stretch, and it's bordering on a little too much, and that's where I hang out. So you do want to challenge yourself and definitely feel that stretch. If you only do what's absolutely comfortable, you might not get the best stretch in for your worked muscles. We just worked them good. Ooh, I like this one. And let's switch sides now. Hands are going back under the shoulders. We're bringing that back leg back. Now we're bringing the right leg underneath us. Bring down that, left leg underneath us. Right knee's coming down. Untuck the toe. And then you can slide back if you'd like. You can stay up here. There's no problem with that. And then if you're able, you can come down, bring your chest down. You can even get lower, but that is more intense for sure. You kind of get a little bit of what you get with a child's pose for your upper body if you're coming down here, but it is definitely a very intense version of the stretch, and it really gets at your hip more. So please don't overdo it. You want to get a good stretch in, but not get too crazy that you can't get up or you can't do the next workout. All right, please do some more stretches. Maybe a butterfly here, holding onto the ankles, pressing down with those elbows, or maybe a straight leg out, reach towards the toes, hamstring stretch, or you could do a cross and twist. All three of those would be great, or even repeating the same first two stretches we did. Give yourself a little variety here. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed your workout and your stretches, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or your day even more.